Aren't these books absolutely adorable? I think so too. Today I'm going to show you how to make books just like these, but for really any occasion, using some baubles you might have around the house, some chalk paint, and some fabulous stencils to make a very easy, inexpensive, and eco-friendly way to decorate your house. In fact, there are so many options. You can literally make them for birthdays, anniversaries, any holiday of the year, or really just a general farmhouse or rustic way to decorate your house. So join me today, be sure to follow along, and let's get crafting. With Revive, and tonight show you how to upcycle old books for Valentine's Day decor. So we're going to do that tonight, but what you will need are some old books, and I've got a few here. I try to find the ones that have like really interesting paper in it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but they're all different lengths, so it kind of looks old. So that's what I look for. And then I also look for stuff that doesn't have a lot of print on it. Like this one is blank. This one has a little bit of indentation, and you'll be able to see that obviously when you paint. So I'll probably won't use that side for stenciling. But yeah, the plainer the better. And you're going to want to make sure you clean them off. I have already cleaned these with Clean Slate, although I think I forgot to do this one. So you want to use Amy Howard at Home's Clean Slate, and specifically because you know, people have their hands on books and their oils from their fingers will get on here and it will make it hard for the paint to stick. So you want to use her Clean Slate because it's a mineral oil based solvent, and it will remove wax and oil. So that is very, very important. And then you're going to want to plan out what you're going to do. Now I am going to use my stencils from iMaker Studio, and I've got a Happy Valentine's Day stencil. I've got one that says love. I've got hearts, of course, and then I've got this really cool one that just says XOXO, and then a bigger heart, and of course, what doesn't say love like Paris? So you know, you guys, I'm such a sucker for French stuff, and I know lots of you guys are too. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this Paris French-ish stencil as well. Interrupt myself here really quickly. So you're going to want to take your book and go ahead and just start painting. What I like to do, instead of doing one side and then flipping it over and doing the other side, I open the book like it's going to fly, and I lay it down flat so I can get both sides at the same time. You'll have to pour my other brush. You always want to shake your paint up. And okay, so now we have one light pink book done. We have a darker pink book done, and then we have our red book. So if you wanted to, you could keep it like this. I kind of like that look. I just realized though that I'm gonna have to get some red paint and cover over the Shakespeare title. So for demonstration purposes, I will just use these two books. They still look great together even though they're not in threes. And let's decorate. Okay, so I'm gonna suggest doing let's do the Paris book first. Do we want to? Yeah, let's do Paris. So this, you guys, if you haven't heard me talk about these stencils, they are awesome. They are tri-mesh stencils, the same kind of stencils they use in screen printing. And so instead of being cutouts, there's the pictures or the words are made of thousands of tiny dots, and whatever medium you're using, whether it's chalk, art like this paste, or an ink or paint, it goes through and will give you a really, really crisp image. So I am going to use what do I want to use? My ink. I think I would use my ink, and I'm just going to lay this on here, and it's got an adhesive back. Okay, and then you're gonna take what's called a spreader, and there are these little plastic things that look like credit cards, and you're going to want a paper plate. The inks are permanent. If you wanted something that wasn't permanent, you can use the chalk art. So what I might do is demonstrate the ink on one and the chalk art on the other. So now that I'm thinking of it, I think I will use the red chalk art on this one, and then I will use the ink on the XOXO. So I'm gonna you're just gonna get the edge of your spreader and you're gonna dab it, and then you're going to, with a good amount of pressure, you don't want to necessarily be super gentle with it, you're just gonna scrape it over the book. So you're gonna put it on like this, and then you're just gonna scrape it over all of the holes. Now, I decided to use red because I think it's a little bit too light for the white to show up. And so I'm going to continue doing that just like this. Done, you're going to just peel it off and set it aside, and you can see here what that looks like. Isn't that fabulous? And then you're going to dry it before you put on your next layer. So then you are going to, once it's dry, you may need to go and see how dirty this is. I'm going to find the place on your book that's not covered and recover it with whatever part of the stencil you want. Okay, so now that you have placed your XOXO stencil on your book, you're going to take a clean spreader, and I put a little dollop of the white gel art ink on my plate, and you're going to take the edge here and just dip it a little bit in the ink, and you're just gonna scrape it on like I did with the chalk art. show you with this. Oh, super cute. Looks like that.